So Faith here again. I mentioned during the course of the week, the just completed week, that I was going to take you on a little journey of how my face moved from what it used to be about a year ago to what it's looking like right now. It's still in progress, of course, but it's way better than what it was about a year ago. I traveled home sometime in 2023, December precisely, and then when I got back about 7 months after, my skin texture really declined. I had spots all over my face. As a matter of fact, there was a book review I was doing at that time, which I was making videos for. At some point, I had to take a break in the book review because I really didn't like what my face was looking like. I was really confused about what happened until I sat down to start thinking, what are the things that happened? What are the things I stopped using? What are the things that I started using, that could have caused it? I really couldn't come to a particular reason, like, okay, this is what caused it. But I did not like what my face was looking like, and it was very obvious. Every picture I uploaded at that time, I got different questions from people, like, what's wrong with your face and all of that. So that made me to want to start doing something. But I was doing something about it, really, but I knew I wasn't doing enough because I had not really been so passionate about the whole skincare thing. My face had always been good, really. I'd had some time in the past where my skin was not exactly so good, but I overcame all of that, and my skin got better after adolescence and all those things. So I had a good skin, just face cream and just my normal wash for my body was what I used for my face, really. So that's why when this happened last year, and I will attach to this video, when this happened last year, my skin, my face was looking so I was really confused, like, where am I going to start from? I didn't know what to do. And considering that I'm not even home, somehow I didn't exactly know the kind of products to really use for myself, because my skin texture is quite different from what is quite common here. So I was scared of even using their recommendations. For instance, I walked into a store and I asked them that what could I use for a spot, as like spot remover, and then they told me that they don't have spot remover. All they have is something like that can brighten my skin, so that my skin can blend, so that the spots can blend with my skin texture, so somehow my skin will still get brightened, and that's not what I wanted. So at that point I was just very confused. But of course, a friend of mine was the one that now kind of introduced me to the whole skin care thing. He shared his own experience after having a very sensitive skin as well. He also shared his experience on what he has been using. He recommended some things to me, but to be very honest, those things were all on Amazon. Getting to ship things in here from Amazon, I checked everything. It was going to be running to, by the time I calculated everything, it was going to almost 200 euros for me to be able to ship those things in. And the product itself was not exactly expensive. It was more about the delivery down here. So I had to start thinking, what would I do? I had to check some similar things, get to improvise some things, and that's how we started. So what I'm going to do in this video is to just show some of the things that I used while the journey started, when I started trying to see, let's see if it works. At some point I even got very carefree. I really didn't care. I started uploading my pictures because I was like, I don't care. And at that point, the truth is that I didn't like it. I felt like I was helpless. I didn't like what my skin was looking like, but then I'm glad it is getting better now, and some friends have been very helpful with their recommendations. So what I'm going to do straight up is to run into what I use. So first of all, of course, I use my face wash. Now, mind you, some of the things I'm going to show here are things that I have changed. Some of them I tried, it didn't work, and then I tried something else. And then these ones that I'm showing right now is what I believe has helped me. I'm not a skincare specialist of any sort. I'm just sharing what I have used that has worked for me. My skin is a very sensitive one. So just in case you come across this video, I'm not like saying, okay, this is what you should use, this is what you should not use. I made some research on my own online. I listened to some people share what they've used with me. I tried it. If it worked for me, if I liked it, I saw some results after using it for like 2 weeks or so, then I continued using it. Some of them I discontinued them. So I am going to start first of all by I start with CeraVe. Somehow it's not like, okay, there's actually something so special, but somehow I find comfort in getting to use it because I feel like it's very good, and so I get to use it. So I wash with this. I already washed my face. I'm not going to be doing that in this video, but then next thing that I get to do is to get to use my cleanser. So I clean my face with this. I did that already before this video, so I'm not going to do that again. But then I use this. I am not advertising this, but yeah, I use this CeraVe toner, CeraVe cleanser. Okay, and then the next thing I get to do is this toner. This toner, I already used something similar to it before. I felt like after it finished, I decided to change it. It's the same brand that I used, but somehow I felt like it wasn't really doing the job. Now I got to know that the work of a toner is to actually get to still remove dirt more than what a cleanser would actually do, and this one actually contains hyaluronic acid, so I decided to give it a try, and it's actually been good so far. You can see this is the first one I'm using, and you can see the points to which I've used it. So yeah, I think I actually recommend it. So I use this, and that's what I'm going to do in this video. So I just get to use some of it on my cotton wool. Yeah, I do that. I clean all over my face, and I do all of that. I do it down to my neck, every part, get it down to my neck. And then the next thing that I get to do after using my toner is that I get to use this. This glycolic acid. It was a friend of mine. God bless her. She was the one that recommended this to me because I was using everything without this. So normally I would use my toner, and after my toner I would go straight to using my serum. But then when she introduced this to me, after I complained that my skin was now, it was now very smooth. It felt very smooth, but I wasn't seeing the differences in the spots. The spots were still there. If I take a picture, you would think my face looked like my skin was not so good. But if I touch it, it was very smooth, but the spots were very visible. So she recommended this to me. She told me to discontinue the retinol I was using because I didn't need retinol. It's not like I was old or my skin was getting wrinkled or something. So I discontinued it and I decided to try this glycolic acid. So what I do is that I use it every night. When I started, I think I started using it for 2 times. I use it 2 times straight. I don't use it the following day, then I use it 2 times again. I don't use it, and that's what I continue doing. So I use that every night. I get to do that, and then the next thing after using this glycolic acid is that I get to go ahead to use my serum. Now this was the first serum that I started using. You can see I used this. At some point I decided to try this again. So I always like interchange them. Sometimes I use this, sometimes I use this, and at some point I might even decide to change it. It's a very good. It feels very relaxing and it's good. But I also check I always make sure to check the particular chemical that was used in the production to make sure that it is aligning with glycolic acid. Because for instance, after I tried one that contained niacinamide, I realized that niacinamide did not really go with my skin. When I used niacinamide, my skin was reacting to it. So I stopped using that niacinamide, and then I made sure that whatever it is I was using, I checked online to make sure that they actually tally. I made sure that I could actually use this toner that goes with hyaluronic acid. I could actually use it with this glycolic acid. And then after that, the next thing I get to use after the serum is to go ahead to use my snail mucin. Now I've heard a lot of things about the snail mucin, that it's actually overhyped, that it's not not so special and all of that. Well, to be very honest, I do not have any comment to make about that, but I would say it's been quite good, really. The first time after buying it, like I think about 2 months after, I read a comment randomly on Instagram which said, oh, it's overhyped, does it do so much and all of that. It didn't work for me, but then I just had to continue using it because this is the second bottle that I'm using, and I would say it's been very good, at least for me. So that's what I use after my serum, and then the next thing that I get to use is my moisturizer. Okay, to get to moisturize my skin. And so I've tried other moisturizer in the past, but this is the one that I'm using currently, and I'd say it's not been bad. So this is it. Here I get to use it. So it also contains an hyaluronic aloe, that's what it says. And then so I use that with this, and yeah, there was a point where I was using this also. It's called let me see. I was using this exfoliant. I use this maybe once or twice in a week. That's before getting to wash my face with the face wash. So I used to use this. I've not used this in quite a while, but it did work for me when I So of course I'm going to attach this video, what my face looks like before. I'm going to show a series of pictures of what my face looks like before, for you to see the progression of how it got really bad, how the spots were dark. And as you can see it right now, even without the light, if you look close into my skin, you see there's so much progress. It hasn't got into a very perfect skin, but I'm so satisfied with the results that I'm seeing so far. And trust me, I would recommend this to anybody. But of course, you might be willing to get to the researches, get to see what matches with your skin, try some things again, give it some time. There's a lady I follow on Instagram. Every time she talks about giving it some time, you need to give it some time because you're patient enough. And yeah, that's it. So that's a little gist of how my skin moved from what it was. And big shout out to a friend of mine who's in the US, who first of all started, who basically tried to introduce me to the whole skincare thing. And then next to my friend Gladys, who introduced this to me. And yeah, that's it. And yes, so I really hope this was helpful to someone. I hope someone is able to use this to transform their skincare journey, add some days, make some adjustments, and see where this gets them. Thank you so much for listening, and have a beautiful weekend, guys. See you. Bye. Guys, yeah.